What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the best two guards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So, lads, this is only going to be primary two guards. We're not going to have small forwards, but let's be real, there's not going to be any small forwards on the list because all the small forwards suck. The best small forward is probably Carmelo Anthony, and he sucks. He probably wouldn't be on the top 10 on this list. But yeah, so looking at these guys right here, there are a lot of really good players. So one player I forgot to put into the top 10, and he will end up going into the top 10, is Michael. We have Michael Redd. But guys that did not quite make it, Chris Mullin was very close. I had Juan Carlos Navarro as a really close one. We had, obviously, James Harden didn't make it by merit. Ingram was kind of close. Pantheon Jordan was close. And I went with Mike Redd over Jordan because it's a close one. I didn't want to have two Jordans. Scotty wasn't close. Zach LaVine, somewhat close. Now you're looking at the lower tier guys. We're talking next gen. Bruce Bowen was kind of close. And Malik Sealy was pretty close. But other than that, I'm pretty confident with my list. And especially this is my list. Again, I play both gens. I play enough of current gen to know what it's like. But I definitely have bias towards next gen because it's the main one I play. But at number 10, we have got Michael Redd. Actually, before we get onto it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to 250,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And right now, we are just a little bit under 2,500 subscribers away. So we got about 9 days to do it. We got about 2,400-ish to go. I think we're like 100 more than this now. But anyway. So, lads, we're starting off with Michael Redd. Michael Redd is a very solid card. So if we're talking about shooters, I mean, he's one of the best shooters in the game, period. His defense is a bit lacking, even though I know he's got the good defensive badges. But from using him, I mean, you can say his defense is mediocre at best. His defense is mediocre at best, to be completely honest. But again, I really expect it to be too great. It's Michael Redd. But he's got 98 3 ball. He's a Ray Allen base with Jordan upper, and that's a really good upper lefty. Profile behind the back. So his all-around game is pretty good. Only goes Showtime instead of Hall of Fame. But again, he is another card that I do like in-game. And I think is a more than solid card for you guys to be using if you did get him. But he is very difficult to get. At number 9, we got Lionel Messi. We have Lionel Simmons. He's the best, man. He's the best. Only on next gen. He stinks on current gen. So, but I'm telling you, he's unreal on next gen. You guys have seen it. He's averaging, for my team, he's averaging like 17 points per game. The last like 7 or 8 games I've played. And he just carries, man. Him and Darren Williams are my two favorite like primary ball handlers. He's 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan. He's got half blinders. I think he's as good as the Kawhi Leonard on next gen. He's got base 62, which is MPJ release on very quick. This is the best release I've used on next gen, and I don't think it's particularly close. Like, I like Chicken Man Jameson. I like Luka's X and base. No, 62 on very quick. He's got slasher dribble style, which is a little bit annoying. But at the end of the day, it is not that noticeable. He's the one player, he still feels like he bursts a little bit, but again, it could be better, but still, I'm telling you, this guy is so good. Would I use him on current gen? No. I would rather use Malik Sealy than my current gen, so that's why he's number 9. He's probably like, heck, maybe not even top 20, 22, 23. Probably pushing top 25 on current gen, but nah, next gen, this guy is incredible. He's incredible. That release, I'm telling you, it's Michael Porter Jr. release. When MPJ gets a release on very quick, and if they give, because with his weight, he can curry slide. On next gen, they give him quick dribble style, the curry slide. Oh man, he could be something special. Like, he could be something special. Like, and next we've got Tracy McGrady here at number 8. And Tracy McGrady, he's still got it. Like, he's a really solid cone if you're on next gen. And I mean, if you're on current gen and you don't want to use him as a primary ball handler, to say he's not that much worse than the Dark Matter isn't that crazy a statement. In terms of value-wise, especially if you're on current gen, I would advise you to go for the Opal Tracy McGrady instead of the Dark Matter one. Just because the Dark Matter is so much cheap, or the Opal's so much cheaper. Like, look, you got 96 speed, 95 3 ball, 97 driving, 95 speed of ball, half clamps, half range extender. Yeah, he doesn't have half blinders for next gen, but he also doesn't come with steady for current gen, which is huge. Doesn't curry slide, so he's going to be tough to create with, but still comes with that fantastic release. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what gen you're on, he's very, very good. He's very, very good. Doesn't matter the gen. He's just a great, great card. So then we've got Billy Owens, and I don't know. I'm not that high on this card on current gen. I've used him on next gen. He's really good. Apparently, he's a demon on defense, so that's why I'm putting him in the list. But I mean, he's coming in here at number 7 because his hot zones. That's his problem. It's his hot zones, and he's gone way down in price. Like, you can pick up Billy Owens now for less than 50k. You can pick him up for closer to the 40k mark, to be honest. And he's going to just keep dropping. So, look, you're getting a 6'8", curry sliding, point guard with quick dribble style, Dame base on very quick, half showtime, half clamps, gold range. Like, his stats-wise, 3088, like nearly perfect stats. The guy is good. The guy is good. Do not get me wrong. The guy is a very, very solid player. Again, the only problem with him is the hot zones. If he had hot zones all around the 3-point line, I mean, I'm putting this card over Michael Jordan. I'm putting him over the Hero Jordan, but nah, he's really, really good. It's just the hot zones is the flaw. Like, he's perfect at everything else. Like, yeah, he could do a half range, but you know what? Like, half range is something where you're like, I would rather a card have it than not have it. But it's not like the difference between a card being good and bad. It's definitely something that separates a great card from being a top tier card, like the Pantheon Jordan and the Hero Jordan, and it makes more of a difference on next gen. But like, as a secondary ball handler, or even on current gen, on next gen he's a primary ball handler. On next gen he's very solid primary, as your like main guy running everything through. Hot zone's just killer. So Billy Owens in here at number 7. At number 6 we have got this Michael Jordan. So I was actually tempted to put Billy Owens ahead of Jordan. Like, look, Jordan's probably the better card. Stats wise, I mean, there's not that much of a difference. Badges wise, I mean, he got 37 hoffs compared to 39 hoffs. So anyone who wants to say there's much of a difference stats and badges wise, you're just wrong. The difference is hot zones. Simply put, this one is half range is standard, great. Like, it is a difference, and it is a separating factor. If one card is half range, one card is goal range, and a similar, I will go for the half range player. They got the same dribble style, but you got a better behind the back on, as far as I'm aware. I'm like, no, they both have Pro 3. But the defensive stance is what puts Jordan ahead. Forget about the half range. It's the defensive stance. Jordan is the best defensive animation in the game. Offensively, I hate Jordan. I know some people really like him. I know there are a lot of people that are big fans of this Jordan card, so I'm not going to say he's like objectively a bad card, because he's not. He simply put is not a terrible card. I just don't like him. There's a difference between me saying I don't like a card and me saying a card is bad. But as someone who's not much of a fan of Michael Jordan, I can't put him higher than 6 on this list. He's pretty good on current gen. On next gen, again, he has a bad dribble style. It's not quite as bad as Kobe, but he still can't quick stop. He still can't burst. He's just decent. He's just decent. Like, the gap between Jordan and this guy, I mean, I'm taking next gen. I'm taking Lionel Simmons. I'm taking Billy Owens. And on next gen, I'm taking Malik Sealy probably over this Jordan. Current gen, I mean, Jordan's better because the defense stance means even more current gen, because no one's still getting a stop on next gen. But yeah, Jordan's in a 6. And number 5, we got Pistol Pete Maravich. Pistol Pete, man, he's definitely running a point guard. He's like, imagine the Darren Williams cards but completely juiced up. He's got an 85 driving dunk. He's got great speed, ball, and acceleration. He's a 6'5" point guard, so he's got height. Comes with gold showtime. It's half range, half clamps, like all the necessary half defensive badges. He's got Ray Allen base on quick, which is unbelievable. It's Michael Redd. It's Kawhi Leonard base. He's got Pro 2 escape. He's got quick dribble style. He's incredible. Would I take him over Darren Williams? Yes. But it's not like it's by much. I think it'll be very, very close. Pete Maravich versus Darren Williams, honestly. I think that would be a very, very close matchup. But I'm still taking Pistol Pete over him, especially because he can play at the 2. And if you've got those 2 guys running on next gen, and you're like a pro on point guard type player, man, it's GG's. If you're playing Pete Maravich at the 2, imagine if you have Pete Maravich at the 2, you've got the guy who's number 1 in this list at the 3. Then at the 1, you've got Darren Williams. Nobody's stopping you. It's literally pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. And then if it doesn't work out and your stamina's gone, just give it to another person and they go into a pick and roll. Pete Maravich is the best 3 hunting player. Him and Darren Williams are the best 3 hunters on next gen. And I'm going to put Pistol Pete Maravich in number 5. And he's also a mediocre defender. And number 4, we got J.R. Smith. I know people are having a lot more success with him on next gen than current gen. And he's decent on current gen. He's better on current gen than Pete Maravich. And he's comparable on next gen, so I put J.R. ahead of him. J.R. is a really, really good dunker. The only problem with J.R. Smith is J.R. Smith and all of his other cards has got the Pro 3 behind the back. I get it, he's got base dribble style, which isn't great. And I get it, they gave him his release. It's the same release as Pink Diamond and Diamond. They took away his Pro 3. They gave him the Curry slide and gave him a good dribble style. Great. They took away his Pro 3 behind the back, which is great, and gave him a garbage crossover. He's also got half blinders, which is good. Half range extender, half showtime, / posterizer. He's got half handles for days. He's also got all the half defensive badges. So like again, when you're looking at a next gen point guard, I reckon he probably, when I do get there, J.R. Smith, I'll probably lock in a little bit tomorrow. Actually, no, I have a few tournaments at the weekend, so I have a Pro-Am and a MyTEAM tournament at the weekend, so I'm not going to lock in for J.R. Smith until next week, but like it's one of those situations, when I lock in for him, I'll get him. I'm only 100,000 off at the minute, and I've done like nothing. Like I have done like no player challenges, and I'm still on like 50,000 XP, and there'll be a bunch towards the end of the season, so like I'll get, if I really try it, I get the 100,000 at the end of this weekend. But JR is going to probably come in as my backup to D-Will. My team's going to be looking nice. My team is going to be looking really, really nice with him. Or maybe I could run him at the 2 and replace probably Bruce Bowen with him. Yeah, that's probably more likely going to happen. The 6'6", 6'10" wingspan. Like on next gen, he's a way better than Kobe. Current gen, he's worse. He's really, really good. And number 3, I'm saying Opal Kawhi Leonard. For the exact same reason as Michael Jordan. He's the defensive stance. Kawhi Leonard's defensive stance is crazy. The way he just gets bumps, it's a different story. Are his stats spectacular? No. They're good though. Like again, he's a half range, half blinders, all the half defensive badges you need, all the vital ones anyway. He's got a 94 3-ball, Ray Allen on quick. Again, same as Maravich, same as Red, it's cash. He's got Kawhi Leonard dribble style, which is terrible, but you know what? You can't have everything. He's got the Pros 2, a size up and escape, Pro 5 behind the back, which is good on current gen. And then again, his release is unbelievable on next gen with his defense. So an unbelievable cone, a guy that I still think is going to be a top. He's going to be a usable cone. He is going to be a usable cone until the end of the year. Is he going to be great at the end of the year? No. Is he going to be usable? Yeah, and he's a card in February. How rare is it that a card in February is going to be as good as this card is at the end of the year? Actually, I say that, and we can't forget that we did have a Kawhi Leonard that came out in February last year that people were still using at the end of the year. He was that good. But yeah, so really, really great card and belongs in here at number 3. At number 2, DeMar DeRozan. If we're talking next gen, I think I might still take a couple of guys over him, but he's very good next gen, but he's even better on current. So, Trey Burke, Kobe, shifty dribble style, which is basically the same as quick. Pro 2 escape, Pro 1 behind the back. He has got 95 3-ball, 93 lateral quickness, 98 driving dunk, half range extender, clamps, interceptor, intimidator, lightning reflexes, pick dodger, post, tick hardest defender, hard crusher, chase down artist, quick first step. Just an incredible card. And number 1, we obviously know, is his clone, his twin, his slightly taller, slightly better twin brother. So Tracy McGrady, again, 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, so he's got quite a bit longer wingspan, and he's an inch taller than DeMar DeRozan. But the difference is that Tracy McGrady has got steady. So like if you're on current gen and you want a primary ball handler, he's a quick, which is based on 50. If you want a primary ball handler and you're on current gen, I'm telling you, Tracy McGrady's probably better. If you want a primary ball, say on Tracy McGrady, DeRozan's probably better. If you're a 3 hunting. If you want someone to run to the basket and dunk it as your main option, Tracy McGrady's better. If you want Tracy McGrady's by a significant amount the better defender. And I think in general, T-Mac is the better card in a game. So that's why he is number 1. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. So at number 10, we got Michael Redd. At number 9, we have Lionel Messi. At number 8, we have Tracy McGrady. Number 7, Billy Owens. Number 6, Michael Jordan. Number 5, Pete Maravich. Number 4, J.R. Smith. Number 3, Kawhi Leonard. Number 2, DeMar DeRozan. And number 1, Tracy McGrady. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.